Welcome to the Root of Power podcast, where I teach you how to chase your joy, find alignment, and create a life and a business that you love, using actionable methods, interviews, and inspiring stories from people who know that true freedom is found within. I'm your host, your always hype woman and sometimes ass kicker, Amanda Chills, and I am so proud of you for choosing to step into your power. Come along, we've got dreams to build. Okay, my love, I have put everything that I offer for free on one page so that we are not doing more work than we have to, because why would we do that? Hashtag work smarter, not harder. So livemyhappyhealth.com/free. You are going to find everything I've created for not only leveling up in your personal life and building a life that you love, but leveling up in your business life and building a business that you love. Okay? livemyhappyhealth.com/free. Love you. Hello. Hi, beautiful, wonderful cinnamon roll souls. And welcome to this week's episode. What do I want to start with? Well, I want to start with, first of all, if this is your first episode, hello, welcome. And if this is any number after number 1, hello, welcome back. And thank you for listening. This podcast is just a way to reach as many people as possible, to be as helpful as I can. So it means the entire world, which is quite large, that you are even listening at all. If this podcasts are at all helpful for you, please consider leaving a 5-star review or sharing it with a friend, or an enemy, whatever. Share it with whoever you think it would be useful for. The more people that get the message that healing is not only possible if you do the work, it is inevitable, and it's worth the work, the better, quite frankly, everything is, because people who are resourced, people who are healed, then turn around and do good things. They become a lighthouse for others. And it is a wonderful rising tide that lifts all boats. So, hi. I was listening to a podcast a while ago, and I wish I remembered what podcast it was. So if you happen to know, amazing. Please let me know. And either the interviewer or the interviewee, I know this is not, this is not like me having the most information for you, but the point is they said a quote that literally stopped me in my tracks. And they said, there are better places to find cheese than a mousetrap. And I was like, well, hot damn. If that doesn't describe people looking for what they want in dangerous places in the most succinct way, then I will be damned. So there are better places to find cheese than a mousetrap. And I thought, oh my God, that is so good. That is so good. So I wrote it down, and here we are doing a podcast episode about it. So what does that mean? It means if you are looking for something, money, love, a job, happiness, whatever, there are better places to find it than a place that will kill you, than a place that will harm you, than a place that's dangerous. If you're looking to not be in so much pain, there are better places than the bottom of a bottle. There are better places than shooting a needle into your arm or, snorting something up your nose. Like, if you're looking for love, there are better places than people who will only hurt you or have only hurt you. If you're looking for money, there's better places than a casino. Doesn't help you to do that, right? Like, there are better places to find cheese than a mousetrap. And this is something I see working with individuals who have unhealed trauma all the time. They tend to get in relationship after relationship after relationship that continues, lengthens, prolongs, maintains their trauma, because these relationships are imbalanced at best, meaning it's not an equal or equitable power dynamic, or they're abusive at worst. Okay. You're looking for cheese in a mousetrap. They want love. They want partnership. They want to be wanted. But where they're looking for it, where they're getting it, is someone who's dangerous, someone who's cruel, someone who's manipulative. That's a mousetrap. People want to feel better, so they start drinking. People want to feel better, so they start working all the time to avoid feeling their feelings. They want to feel better, so they put somebody else down. So they check out. Like, those are mousetraps, because there's no long-term benefit there. There's no long-term benefit to shutting down your feelings so that you don't feel them, because what gets buried will come up, and it will come up in increasingly more fucked up ways. So in the beginning, it might be like, oh, I have some little problematic things, but by the time you're forced to deal with it, you got a lot of fucked up things. A lot. That's a mousetrap. So they want to feel better. They want cheese, but they're looking in a mousetrap. And that only gets increasingly worse. You only drink more. You only become more problematic. You only escalate behaviors. No, thank you. There are better places to find healing, to find peace, which is really what, if we're talking substance use, is what people are looking for. They want peace. There are a million better ways to find it than drinking, smoking, shooting, snorting. There are a million better ways to find it. Oh my gosh. So many better ways. So people will find themselves because they don't know better, right? This is not me shaming any of those people. Like, they don't know better. People do what they know until they know better, and then they do better. But most people don't know. They have no idea how much they're suffering. They have no idea how much they're struggling, all they know is that they're suffering, but they don't know how much, and they don't know why. They typically don't know how, like, what they're doing is contributing to it, because if you grow up in a sea of chaos, that's all you're going to know, right? If everyone in your family has a drinking problem, and I live in the South, so it's a lot of motherfuckers down here have a huge drinking problem, then that's your normal. That's all you know. And you likely don't even know how much you're suffering, right? There's kind of a joke about people being unaware. I may butcher this, but so, like, these two fish are swimming along, and they see an older fish, and the two fish are like, hey man, nice day, right? And the older fish is like, yeah, the water's real nice today. And the first fish looks at the other fish and is like, what's water? They don't even know, because they grow up in it. Like, when you're in a hurricane, you can't see out of the hurricane, right? So then what do? If all they've ever known is looking for cheese in a mousetrap, then they're going to look for cheese in a mousetrap. They have no idea grocery stores exist. They have no idea that you can make cheese on your stovetop. They don't know. All they know is that love has always been pain. And so love is pain. That's all they know. All they know is avoid anything that feels uncomfortable. So they avoid anything that feels uncomfortable. All they know is life is misery. Everyone hates their job. Nobody's happy in a marriage. Marriages don't work. Partnerships don't work. And so they make that true because that's all they know. They grew up speaking that language, and so they continue to speak that language without even realizing that there are other languages that they can speak. They have only ever seen people look for cheese in a mousetrap, so they look for cheese in a mousetrap. And that is profoundly sad, because there are better places to find cheese. There are better ways to find peace. There are better ways to not be so stressed out. There are better places to find love, to find happiness, to find joy, than people who hurt you, than jobs that you don't like, than to stay. There are better places to find friendship than with people who are dramatic and cruel and two-faced and shallow. But if that's all you know, if that's all you've ever seen, that's where you're going to go. So the point of this podcast, well, really just the point of it to even exist, is to tell people there are better places to find cheese. You don't have to go to a mousetrap. Even if that's all you've ever known, even if that's all you've ever seen, there is a better way, right? The majority of people that I work with, at first I was like, God, don't you know different? Right? Because I was ignorant. I was young and ignorant. I grew up where my parents enjoy each other for the most part. They tend to like each other. They're kind. My family's reciprocal. I had a community growing up. I had friends who gave as much as they took, right? It was a reciprocal relationship. I grew up in a house where like love was spoken and encouragement was spoken and there are boundaries and my voice was respected. Like, so that was my normal. So I thought, oh my God, don't people know that like this exists? No, they don't. They literally don't. They've never seen it. They've never seen it. And I can't tell you how many clients I've had over the years who, one, think my happiness is fake because they're so far on the other end of the spectrum where when they first come see me, that they're like, there's no way that you're this happy. And I'm like, joke's on you, bitch, I am. Because I know differently, right? But they didn't know. They didn't know differently. They do now because they've worked with me. And so, they're happy, or at least much happier. Some people haven't fired me yet, but like they're definitely so different from where they started. But so many people have said to me, well, everybody hates their job. Well, I've never seen I've never seen anyone in a happy relationship. All relationships are that way. This is just how it is. And I'm like, no. This is how it is with people you know. Everybody struggles financially. Nobody can pay their bills. Everybody hates adulting. No, that's not true. That's not true. But if that's all you've ever seen, we always get cheese from a mousetrap. Yeah, sometimes the mouse dies, but that's just how it is. There's other ways. They just don't know that. Maybe you don't know that, but now you know. You can be happy. You can have a partner who adores you. You can have multiple partners if you're poly. Hell, live your dream, but like it can be stable and healthy and trusting and wonderful. Life can be all of those things. But if someone has never seen that, all they've seen is cheese from a mousetrap, that's where they think they get cheese from. So this is to tell you, there are better places to find cheese than a mousetrap. If you are wanting peace and you're doing it by running away from your emotions, shoving your emotions down, there's a better way. If you want a partner who loves you and you're really not happy with your current partner, or you're like, God, I just seem to attract assholes. Yeah, there's a reason for that. There's a better way. You don't know how to find a great partner. You don't know how to set boundaries. Like you can learn that. You can learn. I have a literal course on setting boundaries. It's called Boundaries Baddie. You can do that. You can work with a coach. You can work with a therapist. You can read a book, whatever. You can learn. You don't have to get cheese from a mousetrap. So I want you to think about that. Where in your life are you finding cheese in a mousetrap, meaning there's the potential for harm or there is actual literal harm happening? And you may say, oh no, nothing, everything is great. Everything is great. Really sit with that question. Really sit with that question. Because if you're in a situation that is not good, you're so used to lying to yourself about it that will be your initial impulse. But if things are not great, you know that they're not great. You're just used to lying to yourself about it. Be honest. Are you happy? Are you happy with your partner? Are you happy with your job? Do you feel supported? Do you feel like it's reciprocal? If not, I encourage you to get some support around that. And there are better places to find cheese than a mousetrap, even if that's all you've ever seen. There are people who are happy, who have wonderful relationships, who love their job or who like their job and it fits their standards, who have hobbies, who just enjoy their life. There are people who enjoy their life. So where are you looking for cheese in a mousetrap? And are you willing? And I hope that you are, because if you hear anything that I say, the work is worth it. The work is worth it, because what you get at the other side, oh my God, is so much peace, is so much freedom. You feel so much lighter because you're not in survival mode all the time, which is very heavy and very taxing and very hard to do. But when you get to thrive, oh my God, it's so much easier. Like the work is hard, right? I'm not going to lie to you. Like the work takes commitment and it takes courage and it takes consistency. But once the work is done, oh my God, life is so much easier. God, so much easier. Where are you looking for cheese in a mousetrap? Be honest. then you can change whatever you'd like to change. You're never stuck. You always have a choice. If you want some support with that, holler at your girl or holler at somebody who you think can help you. And if you're like, I don't even know where to start, send me a message on Instagram at Amanda_chills. I'll help you find someone. You always have a choice. You are never stuck. And you never have to get cheese from a mousetrap. There are other options. All right, my sweet cinnamon roll. Have a beautiful day. And maybe do me a solid. Send this to a friend who would benefit from it. And remind them they always have a choice. It doesn't have to be this way. It can be easy. It can be light. It can be fun. It can be good. Okay. Go have the most beautiful day, night, morning, afternoon, whatever. Okay. Bye.